everyone, it's Sharonda from Payroll Waits, and today I'm going to be reviewing P-Valley Season 2, Episode 9, Snow. Now, I know I lied to y'all, right? I know in the live, I thought that I was on the mend for my food poisoning a couple of days ago, but, you know, I don't think my stomach's done with me yet. So just bear with me. Let me know in the comment section below, are there any videos that you're missing that you need me to do, so I can just try to do that while I'm in and out of sickness. But I've watched the episode now. But before I even get started in the recap of this week's episode, I'm very confused because I don't have a renewal yet for P-Valley Season 3. And I'm just really confused because P-Valley Season 2 been hitting. So I'm just really, do we need to start a protest? Do I need to get like, what is that, petition for change or change.org? Do I need to start a petition? Do I need to start a hashtag? Like, what do I need to do in order to make sure that this makes it to a season 3? Because I'm just confused why we only have one more episode left and I'm not getting any alerts or notifications that this has been picked up for season 3. I don't like that. That's not sitting right in my spirit, okay? So whoever we need to talk to at Stars, do I need to help you do your job? I can do that for you, but I think that we need to go ahead and renew this for season 3, all right? Okay, but let's get into this week's episode. Snow, the episode opens up and we see that Great Value Obama, aka Andre, is still on this mission to be the next black male of Chucalissa. And so he has a campaign with the strippers from the paint telling everybody to go vote, which I was like, oh my goodness, this totally happened in real life, like during the pandemic when they told everybody to go vote. And I was like, wow, you know how like you try to like put everything that happened in the pandemic, you try to put it out of your mind, but then you remember like, oh, this is like one of those funny moments in the pandemic that actually like brought light to my life. I was like, so nice to see this on my screen right now. It's just truly a blessing for me. But when the white lady saw her husband looking at one of the strippers, I was like, girl, now you know you're not giving it to him like the stripper can, so go ahead and let him look a little. What's wrong with a little look, okay? As long as he come back and give it to you, okay? Let me stop, because it's Sunday, and I'm a virgin, so I shouldn't even be talking about this mess in the first place. So, we see that Andre is leading in the polls after this new ad campaign, which Haley Cotton, Autumn, Lakeisha, I don't know what her name is, okay? But that she came up with after they were conspiring in a previous episode. And so I want to give a moment because Pastor Patrice Woodbine, baby, when she came up in that truck, because you saw Corbin, my man, you saw that he had bribed her to drop out of the race. So I thought she was like, a little money, like, I thought Pastor Woodbine was going to be okay with that. But obviously not. Pastor Woodbine came up on the poll showing us where the Mercedes experience came from. She get it from her mom. I was like, okay, girl. Let me stop, let me stop, child. I'm telling on myself. So we see that Patrice Woodbine, she pops up and then basically she snitches on Corbin, my man, and tells him like, hey, Corbin, my man, tried to bribe me with these stacks, so I'm gonna get these little Benjis to y'all. She starts squirting the money out to everybody. I just want to give kudos to Harriet Foy, who portrays Pastor Woodbine, because, like, I think that it is very criminal how underrated Patrice's character is this season. I feel like she should be in the season a lot more than what we've actually seen from her this season, because every scene that she's in, she absolutely steals it. Literally, every single scene she has been in this season, she has stolen the show. So I really don't know why she wasn't given more screen time, especially from the whole storyline between her and Mercedes in season 1. I really hope that for season 3 that we get to see even more from her. And hell, she just might be the next mayor of Chucalissa. So if she is going to be the mayor of Chucalissa, I think that the mayor should be getting a little bit more screen time in season 3, okay? All right, but I just want to give people their flowers, while they can smell them. So, we see that we get a flash that Miss Ernestine is still alive. She's still fighting for her life. She's still seeing a dead daughter. She up here attacking the ladies, thinking that it's Blue, trying to give her this water. She said, baby, I don't want no damn water. Can you get away from me? But I feel like she's going to pull through. I feel like Lil Murder was right. Like, COVID ain't going to be the thing to take Miss Ernestine out. It's not going to be COVID. So, speaking of Lil Murder was just getting it in with Uncle Cliff. Uncle Cliff all sprawled out on the table. Now when Lil Murder pulled the lace front, that's when I was just like, ooh, hold on. You can't just be pulling somebody's hair. You can't just pull nobody's hair. And he had a nice, he had that grip. He had that grip on the hair, okay? Like when he gripped her hair, I felt like my head got pulled back, okay? That's how hard the grip, like I felt like somebody was pulling my hair back, okay? And I was like, ooh, and that's like, But, because I'm a virgin, I don't know what that feels like. But when Uncle Cliff said that, I was like, yes, because that just disturbed my spirit. It was just a lot that was happening. I was like, please don't grab her hair like that. Don't do that. Unless you got a hair appointment, unless you know how to put some lace fronts back down. But I was like, judging by the fact that she was cutting your hair last week's episode, I don't think you know how to glue no lace front down. So I'm glad that Uncle Cliff had to check him like, we don't be pulling on no hair, okay? I don't know who you been smashing, but we're not pulling on no hair over here, okay? All right. So, there's Uncle Cliff gets a phone call. Uncle Cliff is very on edge about Miss Ernestine. And, in the conversation that she's having with Little Murder, she's come to this realization that she knew that, this whole fairy tale of them playing house, that it's not something that will last forever. Even though, if somebody cooking for me every single day, the way that Little Murder was cooking, baby, I had to make things work. Like, I just have to be a secret for a while. Because if somebody gonna be cooking for me every day and I don't gotta do nothing but just make them cheeks clap and just keep my stomach empty so it can be filled up again, I'm just saying. But once again, I'm a virgin and my parents are watching. Daddy, don't be out here snitching, because snitches get stitches, okay? So, we see that it's a very interesting scene that happens because, Little Murder is weird because he's not hood famous anymore, like Uncle Cliff said. People know who he is. And he talks about how, it's weird because people think that they know you because you're a celebrity, but they don't really know you. And they kind of dance around the fact that, he's going to go on tour again. He's still not ready to be open about who he is or how he identifies within his own sexuality, and actually being able to be with Cliff in public, which I really hate that for their relationship, because you just see the love that they have between each other, but they still can't be who they want to be because, she fully embraces who she is, but Little Murder is just not there yet. And so it's interesting because, when she talks about how she needs to get used to being alone, being by herself, also trying to help her cope with the fact that she is one day going to lose Miss Ernestine, and how she tells him, like, you don't know what it feels like to not be able to be there with someone that you love the most before their time has come to an end. And when he gives that look, I'm just like, you still have not told Uncle Cliff what the hell happened? Like, we still have not had this conversation. Y'all been shacking up and still you have not said anything. I'm just very concerned about Little Murder right now. And I don't think that Little Murder is headed down a peaceful path right now, especially given the consequences of him shooting Pico de Gallo in last week's episode, as we see that has more tensions on high as we get into the grand reopening of the paint. So, we see that Autumn and Mississippi, they had this conversation, and I know that I'm supposed to care about the conversation that Mississippi and Autumn had. Basically, Mississippi has her plan, has the bags packed, has the alibis going, and this is going to be her last dance. She's going to leave and, get away from Derek once and for all. Now, what I was happy to hear is that he got a job. About time, Derek, that you got a job. But Derek not going to stress me out. At least Derek got a job now, so I ain't going to say nothing. But I know I was supposed to care about that scene, but we just really don't like Autumn. And I really, really don't like that they're introducing this whole thing of her being pregnant. Voodoo Whisper came out talking about, oh, you ready for them twins? And I said, twins, girl, twins. The Great Value Obama doing twins like that? Y'all gonna get Sasha and, baby, what's their names? Sasha and Malia. Let me just stop. Ooh, girl, get your know your history. But it's okay. Y'all know who I'm talking about, though. What's her name? It's okay. Y'all can tell me in the comment section. I don't care. But, I care about the kids. But I know y'all gonna correct me because y'all love correcting me. And I'm okay with that. So, but I think it's Malia. Sasha and Malia. I think it's Malia. Okay, that's beside the point. It ain't got nothing to do with the review. But I just don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Actually, let me go ahead and just finish them out because, I just don't care about Autumn and Great Value Obama. So, they are basically, she's pregnant. And so, I guess she's going to tell him what happened. And then Great Value Michelle, his wife, is there when they like kissing, about to get it on, and then she's like, "Oh, so this your campaign manager?" And I was just like, "Girl, like, why are you sweating him? Cause he dusty. He don't got no job. Like, he ain't trying to do nothing. Like, why do you care the way that you care? You had this nice little doctor that was breaking you off some, okay? Like, what's the problem? And then you gonna show up to confront your husband looking like that?" Okay, because, like, I'm just saying, if I'm going to confront my man, I don't know if she was going to get it back or what she was going to do, but I'm going to confront my man, baby. I'm going to be suited and booted. My hair is going to look nice, okay? I'm not going to be looking like I was out here sweating hard for the money all night. I was just a little confused about that's how you want it to be when you turn the light on. I was just like, But that's beside the point. That's really all that was going on with them. I don't know if he gonna win. I don't know that little shimmy dance that Great Value Obama was trying to do on the dance floor at the Pink, where they were, you know, having their last little party before they read the election results. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just thought I would just get the whole storyline between them out. And if y'all do love those characters, like, more power to you. But I do find it weird that they continue to center the show around Autumn's character when they've made her so unlikable at this point. And I don't know if there's anything that can honestly be done to make people want to care again, if that makes any sense. But let me get back to the people that we do care about. So we see that they are practicing like the outfits and things like that. There is an altercation that happens between Big Bone and Mercedes, which has me really scared. I'm pretty convinced at this point, especially after we see the whole hoopla between Mississippi kissing Diamond when he saves her, and I'll talk a little bit more about this when we get to that point. But I do think Big Bone is the Montavious plant that we've all been thinking that she was. We see that she sends this picture of Montavious's ring to whoever she's actually talking to, but there's a little altercation as they bump into each other, and she just had like a really nasty attitude. And I was like, baby, you can't be mad at Mississippi because she got Diamond P-whipped, like, and she ain't even gave him none, sweetie. Like, what you mad about? And she was like, well, basically she alluded to the fact that she knows that she's leaving, because she was like, I'm glad you're gonna be gone tomorrow. Which I'm like, I thought she was going to tell Derek. And I still feel like she's going to be petty and tell Derek that she's trying to run away. Because I feel like Big Bone is that petty. I truly believe that. I truly feel it in my heart and soul that she's going to do that. But I was dying laughing when Mississippi went into the room to get some water. And Diamond was in there and they had this really awkward thing. And then Mississippi still talking to Fairy Tale Riddle Child. And when Big Bone pop up, like, hold on, baby, is the wings done? Because she might be thirsty, but I'm always hungry. And I was like, let him know. Let him know. Go ahead and let him know. I was here for that. But we see that Mississippi and Mercedes, Roulette, and Whisper, Voodoo Whisper, they are all, you know, coming up with their routine. And I was like, I don't know about y'all, like, but Mercedes was still shaky to me the whole time. I thought she was finna fall. Like, she had me scared. And I don't know if it's because I've done pole dancing and I just know like how she was moving on that pole. She was moving like somebody who was not sure in what she was going to be able to do. And honestly, Roulette, even though Roulette is disrespectful as hell, when she was telling her that she shouldn't have held that pose that long, she shouldn't have. And she could have played that off. She could have just like held it, played like swooped her leg, did something. But I was like, why are you holding that pose for so long when you can slide off the pole? You can completely like unlatch from the pole. She was right. She wasn't being safe, and she could have took Mississippi down with her. But when she said that when Roulette said, I'm not trying to be murked by no big booty frolic. If she called her a gray hair P-word one more time, the way that Roulette be going in on Mercedes, I'm just like, what did she do to you? Is it because she didn't want you to get chosen in the beginning? Like, what happened? But the way that Roulette be going in on Mercedes every single time, I die. Also, too, random side note, Roulette is another character that I felt like should have been explored a little bit deeper in this season. We see from her every episode, almost every episode, but I feel like there's a deeper connection, a deeper storyline with her that we still haven't gotten to yet. And I feel like she's somebody who deserves to have a little bit more screen time as well. But basically, you know, Autumn is like, hey, you need to let Mississippi be the one to take lead on this. Mercedes ends up getting upset. She's even more upset because, I mean, Autumn told the truth, whether I like her or not, that Mississippi is the draw to get people to come in. And I'm assuming that she wanted to up the door at the money in order to help Mississippi get a greater cut, in order for her to have enough money to, like, you know, get away from good and take care of, you know, her kids. But Mercedes ends up getting upset and she ends up storming out. But she has come to this realization that she's aged out and she should have been gone 5 years ago. You never want to have to leave. You always want it to be on your own terms when you decide to leave something. And she realizes that she's missed that point and she's definitely aged out, and you know, there has to be another way for her in order to be able to succeed. But we see that Farrah ends up texting her and she tells her she needs to see her. And when she shows up, she sees that those pictures that Farrah was taking, you know, when she was at the condo, that she turned that into an art exhibit. And she lets her know, like, hey, you know, I'm filing for a divorce. And then she was like, am I going to be able to smash again? And she was like, no, but, you know, we might be able to play or experiment together. But I was really confused about why they put her in that wig, because Farrah's like so beautiful, and I just didn't understand why they put that wig on her. Like, whoever hair and makeup, because I can be critical because normally people's hair look really nice and their makeup always looks great, but I don't know what y'all was doing with Farrah, but we got to do better next time, okay? That's just some tough love. We just gonna get through it together, but I just need y'all to do better because that wig was not it, okay? So yeah. Back side note, because I've let Autumn slide on one thing that I don't want to let her slide on. The way that Autumn feels like she should not hold any responsibility about what happened with Montavious and how her raggedy ass actions have affected other people in her life, that is a problem. And I was like, Autumn need her ass beat. Y'all shouldn't even be trying to break nobody up. Let her go ahead and beat her ass, because she deserved that ass whooping. Talk about when you gonna stop blaming me. And I was like, hold on, bitch, because like, I think the common denominator out of all of this is you. Yes, we have to take responsibility for our own actions, but I'm like, sweetie, like, girl, somebody gonna beat her ass. You know, you be watching somebody and they be talking about the side of their neck all single time, and you just like, I really wish somebody would go beat their ass and just humble them for a moment. That is what I want for Autumn. That is what I want for her, okay? But I'm just gonna, because I said she not gonna keep my nerves going bad either, okay? So we see that we get to the reopening, okay? So I was really confused why Toy felt okay to come back to the opening and still sneezing. Was sneezing in the commercial to vote and still sneezing up here or coughing at the paint. And I was really confused why Toy thought that Uncle Cliff would be okay with this, because she's literally the reason that her grandmother's in the hospital right now fighting for her life. I just don't know why she thought that like Uncle Cliff would be okay with that. And I was really happy when he cursed her out and told her, when she cursed her out and told her to get out. I was just very confused, like why she thought it was okay. But when Uncle Cliff was cursing them out, talking about, I don't care, y'all need to put some sanitizer on, I don't care if it help up y'all acrylic, Uncle Cliff had enough. Literally had enough. Call her a sickly bee, everything. I was just like, y'all better stop stressing my girl out like this, because it's too much. But we see that LaMurder ends up posting that he's going to be at the Pink with Tina Snow. And I thought it was really cute, you know, when he popped up inside, and they was looking nice in their little fur and stuff. I was like, okay, y'all cute. But when Uncle Cliff was like, hold on, how you think you gonna tell me how to run my business? And then he rolled up on her like, you better get, he rolled up close to her, and then he was like, he said something to her, and then she was like, you better get back before I suck your dick. And then he was like, not before I get yours first. I said, oh, that is the banter that I love to see. If my parents are watching, I'm just saying I love to see that for other people, because I don't be talking like that, because like I would never, I'm just repeating what people said, so it shouldn't be bad, but I would never do that, okay? All right. So, I died laughing when Uncle Cliff, when she snatched the bottle out of Tina's hands, when she was trying to get Uncle LaMurder drunk. I was happy that, you know, Uncle Cliff was like, I'm not here for this, okay? But when LaMurder got upset when they said, hey, you got a customer in the Paradise Lounge, LaMurder was like, hold on, wait a minute, when you start getting customers? And then she was looking like, what you mad about? You know, because I tend to get people turned out, you know, alluding back to when they at first met in the Paradise room. And I do like the callbacks to the Paradise room. I love Like, you see that Corbin, my man, is the person that's in the room. I totally forgot about this whole slave fantasy thing that Corbin had going on, not asking Uncle Cliff to beat him. I was like, huh? Like, Corbin, my man, you still trying to be a slave? You just gonna be a slave the rest of your life? Why are you doing this? So Corbin said he was gonna give her $250,000 just to whip him like a slave. I mean, Uncle Cliff looked good while she was doing it. Her hair and makeup was on point. But I was just like, Corbin, my man, $250,000 to do this? Let me do it. I do it every night. What do you need me to do? It was too much. But it did bother me that why y'all didn't pan down on Corbin. Corbin above all of this? Like, y'all couldn't show no frontals? I just always got to look at ass and titties? Like, y'all don't want to equal opportunity? Like, ping? No? Okay, fine. But the way that Corbin kept his socks on really disturbed my spirit as well. Y'all, just, if you're going to be naked, be naked. Don't leave your socks on. That's so raggedy. That's raggedy. Don't do that. Don't do that, y'all. If you're going to be naked, be naked. Don't just be naked and then have socks on. It's not a cute thing at all whatsoever, okay? So we see that, I guess Voodoo Whisper calls Roulette to go help Toy. Toy crying like, I can't pay my bills. I can't do nothing. I said, well, bitch, you should have been going to the doctor. Like, I'm just really confused about why you just didn't want to go take care of your allergies, okay? But Roulette hands her some money. I guess she gonna pimp her out. I don't know what she finna do with her. But we see that, Roulette and Duffy have an exchange in the hallway. I said, Duffy, what your fingers do? Because your fingers had her. First of all, she had you hemmed up. She was like, who you think you hemming up like that? I said, Roulette, baby, let me give you a hug, sweetie. You ain't always got to be this mean. You ain't always got to be this mad at the world, baby. You too pretty to be doing it, okay? But Duffy was like, who you out here pleasing people? Who pleasing you? I said, who is pleasing you, Roulette? That's probably why you got all that pent up anger right there, because you ain't getting your walls knocked down enough, okay? So Duffy just started making the do what to do with the fingers, and I was like, she was all quiet. I was like, this the most quiet I've ever seen Roulette in this whole season of P-Valley. Your fingers doing all of that, Duffy? That's your fingers doing all of that? That's what your fingers doing? Anyways, we see that we get to the performance, child. So we get to the performance, and I like how they shot that with Roulette and Mississippi and Voodoo Whisper. But then there ends up being a fight, because we see that Maine was there, and they think that Lil Murda is the one who killed Pico de Gallo, which he is the one who killed him in last week's episode. And so, his friend was like, he hasn't claimed him. He was like, I know he did it. So they end up getting into a fight in the club while Lil Murda and Tina Snow is performing. And basically, it looks like it's about to be a murder night all over again. The girls, they get off the stage, but of course Mississippi gonna be the one that gets trapped there. Diamond comes and saves her, and then she kisses him. Big Bone sees it, gets upset. And so I was like, ooh, I thought she was finna snitch to Derek, but we see her sending a text message about Montavious, which lets her know that she's the Montavious plan. But before that, Mercedes gets the notion that, Mississippi is stripping like this is her last show. And so we see that Mississippi ends up leaving a note, I'll be your sister for life, after she sees a picture. And Uncle Cliff and her, they basically make peace. Which I was like, so what happened with Gidget not being on the show? Like, could she just not film? Like, it just felt weird that she was there for that one episode when they was on tour, and she just never came back. I don't know, but that's still weird to me. Like, are we ever gonna get a backstory on that? Or maybe I just missed it. I could have just missed it. But we see when they're outside that Pico de Gallo's girls, like, I know he killed him. I know he the one who did it. And Maine's like, we ain't gonna let it slide. So clearly, like, something's gonna happen with Lil Murda, because even we see that Lil Murda alludes to the fact that he killed someone, and then Uncle Cliff was like, is that what I helped you cover up that night? And he was like, nah, that was something else. It had nothing to do with this, which he still has not told her what actually happened that night, which is still annoying to me. But she was like, well, we're going to send you with Diamond. And then she was like, actually, no, I can't let you have that butterscotch all to yourself. No, we're going to get you some security. He's like, I'm all the security I need. And I said, Lil Murda, like, baby, we get it. You hard. You ain't got to keep always proving yourself. Like, sometimes I feel like, does he do these things to, like, because he feels like people think he's soft because of his sexuality or the rumors that they might have heard? I just want Lil Murda to be free. Like, I really want Lil Murda to be free. But I don't think things are going to end well. And I don't think that I'm prepared for things not to end well for Lil Murda. I think that's really going to bother me. But we see that Uncle Cliff ends up finding the pills that Duffy and Big L got stashed. And then they get into it. Now, when Big L said, you a bitch working for another bitch, I said, oh my goodness, I can't believe you talking to her like this. So they got into it and she fired him. And then he was like, well, I quit. And now they beefing. And so it's just all stuff coming on. But I heard DJ Never Scared on the background. So it's to be continued. I feel like, did I miss something? Yeah, I talked about the Great Value wig. Yeah. Oh, I did love the other callback to the Paradise Room of Mercedes and Lil Murda having that conversation. Because you remember in the first season when, you know, they met because Lil Murda was trying to get her to dance to his song. And he basically like ended up tricking them into getting her to dance to the song. So I thought that was a nice little like full circle moment. And the fact that he still respects her as a legend, even though he has that relationship between him and Kashawn. But I like that he still was like, you are the OG. You the legend, like your ass shake like no other ass can. Like he was still giving her props. And I know that that's something that she needed to hear. And I thought it was a really nice scene between them. Now, overall, as an episode, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was a little dipped down because it's the second to last episode before the end of the season. And a lot happened, but I don't know, a lot happened. And it could just be because episodes 5 through 8 were so fantastic that like I just was expecting a little bit more to happen in this episode. I was a little let down. Not gonna lie. I'm keeping it real with y'all. I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. Y'all better come with it with the season finale. But I'm interested to see where we're gonna go with the second half of the show. Is Lil Murda gonna survive out of this final episode? I don't know. Who's gonna win the mayor's race? I have no idea. But yeah, little lackluster. Still love everybody. Still needs to be renewed for season 3 no matter what. But yeah, I'm interested to know what were your thoughts on this week's episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? How did you feel about Megan Thee Stallion being on the episode? What are your thoughts, your theories for episode 10, the finale of season 2 of P-Valley? But yeah, those are my long-winded thoughts on season 2 of P-Valley, episode 9, Snow. As always, my name is Sharana from Para Waits, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. And until I see you again, bye.